Hello there. Time for an Indian horror movie. Raaz Reboot. Yeah, whichever one it is. Apologies.
That's right. I'm about to monologue, son. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right. Now, first off, I gotta say this movie is very predictable. I saw everything coming, and horrors don't really affect me. I watched it because, I was watching it with someone, and I kept calling things out as I saw them because it's very predictable. But I've always seen, I went to school for cinematography, I went for writing, I went for editing. I've always seen as horrors one of the easiest mediums to make. Absolutely easy because it's sounds, it's long pauses. It's just one of those jump cuts which just feel out of place. They don't belong there, and it makes people feel uneasy. They don't know why. I know why, because when they do it, I can easily tell, oh, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Then it happens. Yep, it happens all the time because they do a jump cut because it's supposed to make people feel uncomfortable. Yeah, that's what it does because it doesn't cut on the right. Well, that's editing talk. Forget it. But it's just like one of those things. Just like I can predict it because horror movies are like the easiest medium to make. I've had arguments with people like my family, my brother, who said it was one of the most difficult because you have to do it right. It's like, no, there's a reason why there's thousands of them made every year because they're terribly easy, terribly predictable. And when you can see it all happening, like I predicted every beat in this film just because it was just like, this is it. This is it. How does this guy know all this? This is why. 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 Getting people to roll their eyes at me just because I was saying everything, and then I keep getting the shh in response. Yeah, but it's just like, I can't really say. I enjoyed it because who I was with, because I would literally see a jump scare coming, and then they jump. Of course, I see it coming, so I'm just staring straight, and then I look off to see the reaction, and then they jump. Yeah, they hide. They it's one of those funny things. It's just like, okay, this is enjoyable. This is why people see horror movies. It's not so much to get scared or this is why people like me see horror movies. It's not so much to get scared because I don't. It's to see everyone else get scared and just smile at the fact that I guess it does work. I guess people do get these reactions from these movies because I've never felt these reactions. I've never, for me, it's more of a suspense film could get closer to getting me like, ugh, that's just uncomfortable. That's weird. Or an open water film. Freaking Jaws. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, because it's just like, the ocean is a scary place. Someone abandoned in what is the movie where they're abandoned in the water and struggling and the sharks start coming? It's just like, yeah, it's a cheesy movie, but yeah, and what is it? Shallows with Ryan Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively. Yeah. It's just like one of those things. Just like those are work better for me, just because it's more not realistic, but at the same time more realistic. Because when you start dealing with ghosts and ghouls and things like that, as an editor and all that stuff, it's easier to predict. So I don't get scared as some people do, but I can see why people enjoy the film. That people like the rush they get out of them. People like feeling that what is it, the thing that your body develops when it starts to get scared. Your levels of that go up, and it's supposed to your adrenaline something like that goes up, and people feel that. I don't get that from horror movies, but I do get a smile when I watch people. Well, when I watch someone get scared to the horror movies, it's enjoyable to see their reaction. When I'm just like, I like this. This is fun. This is this is good. It's not like the whole situation in the Bella New Moon situation where two people go to a scary movie and then the guy's constantly jumping and throwing up. Yeah. This is just like one of those things. Just like, it's enjoyable to watch just because of the company you're with. And the movie for me was very predictable. I could call it out. The one thing I didn't understand, I gotta say, is so she's wearing this necklace which keeps the spirit at bay, but she didn't know it keeps the spirit at bay. She never was told or anything. She takes it off at one point in time, and then she starts saying after the fact that she needs it because it keeps the spirit at bay. But she never once knew that it kept the spirit at bay. So how after the fact, after she takes it off and starts looking for it, that it kept it at bay? So it's like one of those things that was just like, where did it ever, where at any point in time were you told that? Where? So it's just like, okay, this doesn't make any sense. That's the one thing I was just like, oh, please explain that to me. Explain that to me. And one thing I didn't like is just like I said, start movies in the beginning. It literally jumps around like crazy, and it's just like, because in the beginning they were in a fight, and then it jumps to her panicking in a phone booth, and then it keeps jumping back and forth, back and forth. It's just like, oh my gosh, please just go in a linear motion. Don't jump back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to get to your exorcism scene. Just go. Yeah, but I did enjoy it just because of the company I was with. Even though I could predict everything, it was still fun to watch it and see, well, someone else's reaction. It was cute for all. Yeah, just cute. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.